Hello, everyone. I'm going to be showing you how I repot my jade plant and the reasons why I like to do this. Like I showed you in the previous video, um, I actually repotted this jade plant a few months ago. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, but um, it's doing great. The leaves look great. It has grown quite a lot. The roots are looking very healthy, but the soil is getting a little bit too compacted, and the roots are starting to get tangled with each other. So I'm going to move it into pot a few inches larger than the one that is in it at the moment, and always make sure that your pot has a draining hole that will prevent root rot on plants, and it just helps the plant drain faster. I don't like going with too large of a size for the pots, especially for jade plants, because in the past I made the mistake of putting my jade plant in a pot way too big than it needed, and it didn't do so well for some reason. I think it got shocked for the size of the pod being too large. So I'm basically starting again from the beginning with this jade plant. But as you can see, I started by removing, gently massaging some of the soil off the roots, detangling some of the bottom roots, and just making sure that everything is loose and just ready to start growing back again in the new pod. And as you can see, there is a baby jade in this pod and part of this plant. I believe a leaf drop and I just let it stay there. So that's how it produced a new baby. Um, but if you see the trunk of the plant, it's actually producing another baby that is coming from the mother plant. No leaf dropped or no leaf propagation or anything. It's part of the plant. It's literally coming out of the trunk. So it's probably gonna be like another branch coming out from the bottom of the plant. But as you can see, I already finished taking a lot of soil from the plant, and now I'm just gonna add soil into the pot and just fill it up until I have enough to put in the plant. Once I have enough soil, I'm gonna put the plant in and just adjust it to where I want it. When you're doing this, you want to make sure it's really up to you, whatever you want to do. If you want to put it up straight, if you want to place it at an angle, if you want to go deeper than the root bulb already is, if you go up more, like up to like where you see like the first set of leaves, the trunk will actually root itself. So even if you cover it with soil, don't worry. Well, at least for me, it has never gotten root rot or anything. It has pushed a lot of roots and it has done pretty good. So if you want to do that, you can definitely try it out. But since I like the shape of this plant, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave the soil level to where it was before and just gently push down the soil all around the roots. Make sure to get rid of the air pockets by doing this. This will help to keep up the plant, to hold it in place. And also, when you water it, the soil level doesn't go down too much. That's what you want to get rid of the air pockets. Just gently push it down until you can't anymore, and just to hold the plant in place pretty. I'm gonna finish spreading out and leveling all the soil. And I'm also going to add the little baby plant right next to this one. Just because it's still very little and I don't want to use another pot, so we're gonna wait until this gets bigger. And I also had this leaf that I'm gonna put back into on top of the soil so it roots. Um, I noticed a little bit of growth on it, so that's why I'm gonna leave it there. And that is basically done. It's something very easy to do. You really don't need too much of materials, just your pot, your soil, and your existing plant, and you are going to be ready to go. Another interesting thing about the jade plant is that whenever this plant is happy, the tips of the leaves are going to turn this reddish color, and it's going to give the plant a whole different look. So if you start noticing this on your plant, it's because you're doing a good job. I also wanted to show you how to repot jade plant that you will normally find at the store because I feel like this is what everybody goes through. So right when you get your plant, you're gonna notice that the majority of them have a lot of dry, soggy, droopy, just not healthy looking leaves. So what I always do is I normally just take a few minutes just to go through everything and just clean it up, cut everything that I don't like or that I think that it will just eventually come down. So as you can see, I'm just cleaning everything, doing a quick inspection underneath the leaves just to make sure that there's no bugs or there's no disease under it. And you always want to do that just to make sure that you're not introducing anything to your existing plants at home. And as you can see, the roots of these plants are extremely compacted. If you could feel them, it's just bad. So you are gonna gently scratch and just massage everything at the bottom just to let the roots loose and just to get everything a little bit more freely once you place it into the soil. Just scratch it, take out a little bit of the bad soil, and it will be okay. For this plant, I'm gonna use terracotta pot, a slightly bigger than the one that it was coming in, and just because the roots are still a little bit smaller, and I think it will do pretty good in this spot. I will have to repot it in probably like a month or so, depending on how much light, how much water, and how much fertilizer it gets. So we are basically going to do the same thing. Add a little bit of soil to the bottom of the pot just to have some foundation and just level it, spread it out so you can put your plant on top of it. And once you do that, you can continue to add more soil all around the plant, keep pushing in between the crevices, and just to get rid of the air pockets and all the gaps in between the plant. And you do this until you pretty much can't push it down anymore. Jade plants are one of my most favorite plants just because they're so easy to care for. You don't have to water them too much. You have to wait until the soil is completely dry in order to water them again. And these are great plants for beginners. This is the type of soil that I use for these repotting. I normally use succulent soil, but I didn't have any more, so I use this, but it's totally okay. It doesn't hold too much moisture. It's pretty similar to succulent and cacti soil, so you are good. And here we have the jade plant that I already had and the one that I got from the store. I also wanted to show you another variety of jade plant, which I believe it's called golem jade. I have to repot this, so I'm gonna show you in another video how to repot it and how to propagate it as well. Don't forget to get saucers for your pods. This will help you with preventing any water leaks anywhere and just to keeping everything dry. And now we just have to water them. Give them a good soak and make sure that they are ready to go and to start growing. And once again, this is the way I do things, the way that has worked for me. So there's a ton of other people that do it differently, and they might, do different methods. But this is what works for me and what I had been doing for the past 5 years of gardening. And please subscribe and just give me more ideas of what you want me to do, and I will make more videos.